Hey everybody, this is the last video in our three-part series for this month's message regarding 401k rollovers. And I'm just going to be sharing with you a real-life quick story of somebody who came to my office who had committed every single mistake that I told you not to make last time. So really quickly, I had a guy in my office a short time ago who brought in his statements and wanted me to do a review. The first thing I asked him before I even opened his statements up was, do you know how much you're paying in fees? And he said, well, I think I'm paying about 1.25% on his $1 million portfolio. In fact, that's exactly what he was paying to his broker. But as I poured through his statements and looked at the mutual funds that he was invested in, I found that he was paying on average 5% to the mutual fund company that he was invested in. And I asked him, how often do you change your mutual funds in your investment portfolio? And he said, well, we do it every single year during our annual review. I said, do you know how much that is in dollars and cents? And he had no idea. So when we added it up for him, he was paying almost $60,000 that particular year in fees, and he was paying those every single year. Imagine how frustrated and upset he was to learn how much he was paying in fees and had no idea. Looking at his statement, I also noticed that he had only 4 different mutual funds that he was invested in. And I asked him, I said, you know, out of the 1,000 mutual funds that are out there, how was it that you chose these 4? And he had no idea. But I knew that the big box brokerage firm that he was with had a sales agreement with those 4 mutual funds that they would steer their clients' assets towards those mutual funds. And that's what happens all too often. The last thing I asked him was, do you know the advantages of working with a fiduciary-based advisor as opposed to an advisor who has a suitability standard? And this good guy honestly had no idea. When I was able to pull the veil off of how much he was paying in fees, the damage that he was doing to himself by limiting his investment choices, and the advantages of working with a fiduciary-based advisor, he was totally grateful that we're able to get him on the right track towards retirement. The reason why I do what I do is because I want good people like him and you to have the best opportunity for having the most in your retirement accounts so you can have the most fulfillment in your life.